Really, if the crowd is with me, I can get away with a lot of shit. That's why I miss my show. Because I used to say the craziest shit on television. I was thinking about that the other day. There was a scene in my show, and I didn't appreciate this at the time. First of all, I like Rosie O'Donnell. Personally, I've met her and I know her. We look in the Player Haters Ball sketch, we look at it in the photo flip, and I say, she wears underwear with dick holes in them. That's a silly joke. But I remember having a series of phone calls where we argue about whether or not I could say dick hole in there. And I remember the lady from Standards Practice called me Dave. I was like, yeah. She's like, you got it. You got dick hole. I was like, great. But you be so busy, you don't appreciate how great of a moment in your life that is. I said dick hole on television. I was over 30 when I did it. That's fucking hilarious. Robert Kennedy was the Attorney General of the United States. He was 36 years old. I was over 30. I said dick hole on television. You think they could have got away with that shit? No. You're gonna make it, kid. You too. Thirsty for her? No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm thirsty for a sushi dinner with some soy sauce. I'm not that kind of dude. I don't like looking at other dudes' girlfriends. That shit make me uncomfortable. You know what I mean? That's just me. I mean, I'll be looking at them, but not when they together and shit, you know. That's how I can tell I'm like not a good-looking celebrity. Because girls will come up to me, like real hot girls will be like, oh, my boyfriend loves you. Like, oh, great. That's them drawing the line like, nah, this is not for me. I met this lady, she was fine as shit. You know what she told me? She says, my grandchild loves you. And I was like, holy shit, I'm talking to a gilf. Actually, a grandmother, I was like, et cetera, et cetera. She was beautiful, it was amazing. I can't believe she had grandkids.
We love you.
No, it's all right. I mean, look, I'm good. I'm good. I'm comfortable with myself. I know what I look like under these clothes. Not bad. Naked, I look like a Kenyan runner. You ever seen them Kenyan runners who coming? When they win the New York Marathon? I'm approximately like that naked. All right, everybody. I know I'm supposed to get out of here. Government's coughing in the back. Stop talking. Hey, you take care. I want you to have a great night. Do me a favor. Do not tell anybody you saw me. I'm just kidding. Just working on my comeback. 35 people at a time, baby. That's all I need. So this shit will get out. Cause I go to the Korean sushi place in LA. It's a little different. It's good though. It's still sushi, but this shit is thick. This shit be like wagon wheels. Them shits is delicious. It's like Thanksgiving for sushi. You guys don't know what the fuck. You know what it is? You guys are tired, and you guys have your own lives. But you know what? Hey, man. What y'all want me to do? Go home and just be by myself and not talk to anybody? I'm sleeping in a hotel, all right? Thank you. I'm not finished. I'm a joke telling machine. I have no choice. And as for you, get the fuck out of here. I'm totally joking. I just had to say something because I felt defenseless. You guys would have been doing this shit 4 years ago when I had that show. Like, I'm Rick James, bitch. Look at my titties. So so finicky. I don't want to grow up. Fuck it. I don't. I have to. I have no choice. Holy shit, the 80s were weird. Remember Max Headroom? Yes. And everyone's like, it's fucking amazing. Not really. Not anymore. You know, one time I went on a date with a girl who was a flight attendant, and I couldn't tell how old she was. She was a flight attendant. Crazy things happened to their skin, and she was black. So she could have been anywhere from like 20 to 60. As I asked her, in the course of the date, I said, how old are you anyway? She says, David, you're never supposed to ask a woman her age. Like she got all, you know. So then I start talking about TV shows like I'm talking to you right now. And then I ask her, I trick her, I say, well, what shows did you used to watch when you were little? She's like, oh, I used to like to watch Gunsmoke and Bananas. I said, Gunsmoke? She was like, you know what happened to me one time? I'll just tell you, it didn't happen to me actually. No, this didn't happen to me. Something like this happened to me. But I'll tell you the one that didn't happen to me because it's funny. There's a comic, funny comic, but he's a new comic, and he was bombing on stage one night, which is already hilarious. You know how that is. Because as comedians, no matter how much we love each other, it's people bombing. It's funny. Even now, it's not going well. The worse it goes, for us, the funnier it is. So he was bombing, but he was having one of those bombs. Yeah, it seems someone bomb so bad they get thirsty. He was bombing like that. And you had to be there to see it. There's an old comedian was in the back, and he kept going, pay your dues! As he was having that throat dry bomb, he kept saying, pay your dues. And I mean, it's like I'm bombing now, but this is not really bombing. Like you think, oh, I saw Dave, he's not doing so well. But you've never actually seen, I mean, when somebody bombs, you know how it is when somebody bombs. You ever seen someone bomb so bad that you'll be like, I'll remember this for the rest of my life. Okay, so listen to this. And I'm saying names. Yes. All right, so I'm in LA, right? Showcase for NBC, so you can imagine what that's like in LA. It's a network showcase. I think all the comedians come to audition for a major American television station. This particular night, instead of the steps that people normally walk on the stage, there was a ramp built. And they wheel onto the stage. A gentleman, they introduce them. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Carl Crazy Legs Fonseca. And Carl Crazy Legs Fonseca comes on stage. They wheel him up there, and I'm not exaggerating. This gentleman is a real person. He's incredibly handicapped. They said he had cerebral palsy, but I mean, it was amazing. He was very handicapped, rocking back and forth, this, that. So I'm just telling you as an audience member, it made me feel a little uncomfortable. At first. Then he starts doing his act. Gets his first laugh, it was a good laugh. Second laugh was even better laugh. Like by 2 minutes into his act, it wasn't uncomfortable. 3 minutes to his act, it was like he wasn't even handicapped anymore. I'm telling you, by 7 minutes, it was beyond handicap. It was like he was standing tall, and by 8 minutes, he was fucking superhuman. Listen to me. I have never, I'm doing comedy over 20 years now, I've never seen somebody before then or since then do this good. It was fucking amazing. I mean, he was genuinely, sincerely funny. The crowd starts going nuts, and he finished his show. He say, thank you very much, good night. And the place fucking erupts. I mean, I have never seen anything like this. Good night, everybody. He drops the mic. They wheel him off the stage. Audience is still standing up clapping. It was fucking amazing. I mean, it was frothing at the mouth. People loving him. Under all that hoopla, I hear the MC go, ladies and gentlemen, Nick DiPaolo. You know Nick DiPaolo. He's a funny dude. I call this a cosmically funny. You know what cosmically funny something is? That's when something happens in the room And it might not be funny to the people in the room, but the joke is actually told by the observer. Because then you say you saw it, and then it's funny. This shit was cosmically funny. So Nick goes on. After Crazy Days Fonseca had what I still consider the best set I've ever seen in my life, Nick Paul went on. You can tell him I said this. He had the worst fucking show I have ever seen any comedian. I mean, this motherfucker died the most horriblest death ever. I mean, it was fucking amazing how bad he did. And it was the worst kind of bomb, because it wasn't like a loud bomb, it was just like I could feel hate radiating out of the audience. And you know why he bombed? Not because Carl was so good, but because Nick did all handicap jokes after him. It was fucking right, he had to be a comedian to understand how it was so fucking wrong that it might have been the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, while the whole crowd was like, we hate you, Nick, I was thinking, I can't wait to tell somebody about this. You know who else bombed? Ahmed Dinajan. You know Ahmed Dinajan, the president of Iran, he came to New York and bombed. First of all, he had the worst introduction in the history of public speaking. Coming to the stage, this next man, many would consider to be a complete lunatic. He diligently pursues nuclear weapons. He denies the Holocaust. He thinks that homosexuality doesn't exist in Iran. Please give a big New York welcome. Akamaka Dakalaka Jagajar, or whatever his name is. Shit was awful. This lady said, this is painful. No, miss, this is fucking hilariously self-indulgent. You know, in every comic's career, you hit a stride on the stage where everyone in the audience becomes an extension of your own imagination. It doesn't matter if you do good or bad. I know strip. You know, I went to a strip club in England, in Soho. I don't go to strip clubs anymore, I think they're gross, but at that time I didn't. And cause I was around 19. This is a true story. It's not even, and you know what, in the age of Barack, this would be so out of context, but just picture this. So I go to a strip club, and it's empty. This is in your Soho neighborhood, right? I get in there, it's like me and another comedian, and like two other kind of shady looking dudes. And the room is real small, we just kind of sitting there, and nothing's happening. Like nothing. And then I don't remember if they had a speaker system or a boombox, but like a girl rushes in. She's wearing like street clothes. She runs to another room and she comes back. She comes back in a, not like a sexy stripper suit, but in like a Jane Fonda workout leotard kind of thing. Had like this one-piece swimsuit stock. This actually happened to me. So we're sitting in there with these two shady guys, and she puts a mat down, like a yoga mat type thing. This actually happened. And she looks at us, she says, I'm not gonna take my clothes off. I'm just gonna do some exercises. And we were just sitting there like, huh? And then she started doing all this shit, like literally like this, touching toes. This goes on probably for, I mean literally, she's exercising right in my face. And this goes on for maybe what seemed like forever. It was probably about a good 5 minutes. You know I'm not good with time. Could have been 5 minutes, could have been an hour. I can't tell. Bottom line is she's exercising, and it's going on. And back in these days, I used to smoke a lot of reefer. And I could find reefer in any country. So I had weed in England. And I smoked it. And I started to laugh. It's a very small room. But I started laughing uncontrollably because I was like, this is fucking hilarious. And it's just, you know what I mean? It wasn't sexy at all. It wasn't any fantasy in it. It just was like this weird, sad portrait of a woman exercising in front of me. It was fucking crazy. So, okay, I'm laughing. I don't know if this is even funny. It's just like, never mind, I shouldn't even start this story. All right, she got furious. I start laughing, she gets mad. And she stands up. But you have to picture how bad this is. She's in the Jane Fonda, you know how Jane Fonda, and then she's turning around and she's furious, but she still got the outfit on. And she's like, well, I'm not gonna dance for a nigger. And it was so fucking weird. And then I started laughing harder. And then I say to this big bouncer guy in the corner, I go, hey, can we get another stripper? Mine is racist. It had to be that was very fun. And then they ended up kicking us out. Like we weren't gonna leave anyway. Well, this stinks. It does not stink. I'm actually having fun. And the more uncomfortable you feel, the stronger it makes me. Woo-wee! I just like that you guys are 19 and you just like, I don't know. What are y'all gonna do after this?
Head back to
The hostel? You live in a hostel? Oh, where are you from?
Montreal.
Wow, that's a great city. And let me tell you something, your strippers would have never done that to me. That's what. Now that was great. I mean, it is, yeah, that, you know, Montreal made my career. I'll tell you all about it. They're Just for Laughs festivals. You staying in a hostel too?
Yeah.
All of you? I saw a porno movie like that once. I want to go to that hostel. Where is it? What are the beds like? So hot. Bunk beds. Hot girls in bunk beds. You lucky dog. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this. I can't believe that all you guys are staying at a hostel and this guy's... You can't see yourselves from my perspective. I'm looking at this long-ass table, look like the Last Supper of pussy, and he's like the Jesus. I'm totally joking. I know these jokes stink, I know. What's the difference between college and university? Colleges don't give PhDs. Oh, these are the kind of nuances that only white people pay attention to. I'm going to university. Cambridge. You guys go to Cambridge? Oh, I stole a bicycle there one time. Rode that shit all around. I put it back, but I did take that motherfucker for a few hours. Cause I was hanging out with some Belgians. I once got in an argument with a guy in Amsterdam. It was crazy. He's like, I don't know where he's from. He goes, how many languages do you speak? I was like, excuse me? And then, you know, Amsterdam, so I was like, Amsterdam. He said, how many languages do you speak? I said, how many languages do you speak? He's like, I speak 5 languages. That shit was crazy. I was like, yo, I'm from America. I can get on a plane and fly out for 6 hours from one end of my country to another and speak one language the entire time. Because that's how we roll. I said, and you speak English, so what is the fucking problem? Give me some more of that weed. Well, you live in Australia. English is not your language anymore. You know why? Because black Americans got a hold of it and tweaked it. We did. We tweaked that shit. I was watching the news today, and they were talking about the bling at the Oscars, and I was like, really? The bling? You made that, Silva? You made that up yourself, white folks? You did that yourself? I love it. It's good shit. Let me tell you something. They have that in Australia, too. You guys got everything we got now. Shit ain't no fun being from here. Everybody's the same, but shit no fun anymore. Kalgoorlie. Kalgoorlie! What's so great about Kalgoorlie? What's so great about that? He said there's no sushi in Kalgoorlie. That sounds awful. Come to Kalgoorlie. We don't have sushi or pussy or anything like that.
Push pigs, man. Push pigs.
Ugh. Australia is so crazy. You got them kangaroos and shit. Let me tell you something. That is probably the most horrifying animal I have ever seen in my fucking life. I saw it on television. I did not like the way that shit looked. Shit looked like a rat with a pouch with a smaller rat in its stomach. Motherfuckers like this, and a baby be in that pouch. I said, this shit is disgusting me. It's the fucking creepiest animal I have ever. Huh? Are they friendly?
No.
You can't just go.
They fuck my car up every time I
Wait a minute. Fucking disgusting. A kangaroo smashed your car.
fucking bigger than us, mate. They're on the road everywhere.
And I heard they box.
They box. They jump in. They're big.
Like this? With the
Yeah.
No, seriously? Like, I heard they lean back on their tails.
Yeah, they do.
And they...
And then they fucking smack it in, and then you're out of it.
It's fucking crazy. Not me. You might be out of it. I'll fuck that kangaroo up. Can't be back. I'm not smashing your car. Not my spree wheels.
110, like that kangaroo, you still lose.
Wow. What if you can die that way?
What's that, sir?
They can kill you
Yeah.
with them strong ass feet.
Yeah. Straight through the windscreen.
It's fucking crazy. Could you imagine dying like that? Could you imagine if you're like, Dave, they come and think, it's Earl. What happened to Earl? He got raped again? No. A kangaroo kicked him in his stomach and he's dead. Kangaroo. Yeah, it looked like a rat with another rat. With a smaller rat in the car. Like,